रसिक भक्त प्रवर श्री वृंदावन निवासी कविंद्र श्रीपाद लीलासुख, he in his Sri Sri Krishna Karanamrita on the 57th shloka, Radharani Sri in Sri Vrindavan's roads in Kunjas is the writer is having the Sham Sundar's Darshan Spurti. Seeing Sham Sundar that he is moving towards that way alone. And Radharani is asking to Sakhis that, oh Sahacharis, there, have a look. On the ways of Vrindavan, slowly, steadily, who is moving? Kaesho. Who is moving? Who is he? Over here, apart from saying Vrindavipin, she is saying Mathura Vipin. Mathura means the mind used to get tussled off. So that's why by tussling the mind, the last desire, whatever is there, it used to take out. To bring out the inside thing to outside when the mind is tussled. That's why Mathura is mentioned. On his forehead he is having that peacock feather. He is having the topmost indicating feature, the peacock feather. This peacock feather is not available in any other god's head. It is only available in Srila Govinda Dev's head. And Markata Mani means the diamond form of the crown he is having. Now why this Markata is used? Said that when Radharani used to come closer, that glow or that splendor of Radharani's body used to enter into that Marakata crown, and it used to make the greenish color into this one. So that's why it is also known as Indra Neelamani Kanti. And the face is full of laughter all the time. With laughter, sweetness is dropping from his laughter. A smile mixed face, and his eyes are with so much of desire, restless, as if it is someone who is very close. And words, Sakhi, his words are filled with sweetness. Jai Jai Shri Radheshyam. And his words are mixed up with the Madhurja Bhava. By entering into the ears, it moves to the mind, the body, and makes everything calm. So beautifully he speaks. And on the hands and feet he is having so much of movement that are similar to elephant walk. Who is he? Tell me. Who is just moving over there in the paths of Vrindavana? Radharani is unable to recognize. Said that on the Anuraga he is just mixed up and available over here. That's why Radharani, out of that Madhurya Bhava, she was unable to recognize him. Every moment she feels Krishna is new. That's why she is asking, who is he? Who? And over here he is moving at elephant's way, as there is a mood of walking. As he is bluish in color and the glow of his body is spreading throughout that forest. Shloka. And how that glow of his body is, seems like thousands of lotus with bluish color is moving, or can be also termed as Indra Neelamani, a gem which is bluish in color, or it may be seemed or compared with dark clouds. Not even these are the referings, but no other example we have over here. In order to make us understand, the Neelmani is being termed, or a bluish lotus, or a bluish gem. But actually none of this. Shloka. No comparison can be given. Actually, it is beyond words. And he is having the curly hairs and the peacock feather, and he is having tilak over his forehead, and his body is glowing so beautifully. And he is moving slowly, steadily towards the way of Kunja. He is moving towards our direction only. And Bhavini Radha, by seeing this, she is all wanting into, she is moving into that move of Bhava. And she was unable to even consider whether it is night or is it day. And Govinda have forgotten everything. The Rashikendra Chudamani, or the ultimate enjoyment provider, is willing to have some enjoyment, and that's why he is moving in various kunjas, as he is hungry over here in search of enjoyment. Throughout day and night he is in kunjas with Radharani, a young teenage boy, and always busy in kunja. where we don't find him doing this in Mathura Lila or in Dwarka Lila. Over there, only war and political and setting up of dharma to wipe out the evil. This sort of work he is moving. Varnasrama, Bhagavad Dharma Sthapana, moving along with the sages, destroying the evil. In Mathura Lila, in Dwarka Lila, these are the most significant works he is doing. But over here, day and night he is busy in Kunjas along with Radharani, and that young teenage time when he is busy in Krida. And Dhira Lalita, he is very free mood, young teenage boy, no tension free boy, with sweet smile on his face, always smiling, playing flute, busy in quarrel, now moving with cows, these things only he is busy. Shloka. He even don't consider day or night. And the beautiful flute he creates with beautiful smile mixed up with this. And the beautiful sweet flute tone he creates. In order to understand Sri Krishna's Madhuri, one should be going through the Mahajans' poetries and the Sanskrit verses. Whatever the Goswami Padgans have written word by word in the palm leaf, which are Premamay, each word is considered as gem. So Rupa and Sanatan, by entering into the water, they have brought various gems and jewels, and they had made garland with this. So each word, each alphabet is those gems and jewels. So seva of these words, these alphabets, by holding these words in Vrindavan part, this is the most significant thing. Word by word, it moves. Shloka. And followed by this, the Aswadan. Along with the Harikatha that is going on, in connection to this, no monetary transactions are related to this. Or no vow of liberating somebody, or somebody have disappeared, or because of that we are doing this. No, nothing like that. It will happen automatically. Just with one shloka of Bhagavata, such spirit souls can get liberated. So, alphabets seva. Shloka. So, Srila Govinda's eye movement are so naughty that the Kulavati's ladies, they forget their shyness, their dharma. Nothing remains. As his feet's anklet, when he used to create sound, runujhunu sound, and his eyes movement mixed up with the flute music, it used to take away the lady's mind, her shyness and her dharma, everything. By viewing Srila Govinda's feet, that glow of his feet's nail, millions of splendor of moonlight is not comparable with that. As in our world, we have only one moonlight which used to create the avesha. So in this way, if millions of universes are there, millions of Mahadev, Indras, as well as Kamdeva are also there. As Brahmanda is millions of universes are there. So Srila Govinda's feet's nail, by viewing this, millions of moonlight is not similar to that. So the general person can get that basic understanding that how Govinda looks like, a little bit basic information about, slightest information, which will let people conscious about Krishna. And Govinda Das is thanking by going through the verses, and those who see those feet, those who meditate on those feet, Govinda Das is saying that I bow down before them. Pranati.
Charana pankajang shantamanjati ramanana saneshwar payatihan pranata dehinang papakarshana trina charanugam shri niketanam panipanar vidam te padam pujam prinopikeshuna krintiri chaya.
Srila Govinda Dev's feet's glory is that the description of his feet. By seeing Govinda Dev, those who are seeing, those who are meditating, I bow down before them. So Srimati Radharani is seeing Sri Krishna alone, and he is moving towards them with slowly, steadily movement. And the Madhurja, that rasa is only being described over here, starting from the top of his head till the tip of his toe. In Krishna Madhurja, first of all the chuda, the peacock feather, crown, over there her eyes went. At the top, that peacock feather is there. Now he is Ban Bihari, Vipina Bihari, as he is moving in the Vipina, the forest. And when he is on the ministerial place, so at that time, ministerial look, but now he is in Vipina Vihari. So in the forest land, that forest look only. That's why Vipina Vihari. That's why crown made up with flowers, and at the top it is peacock feather, and the movement of the wind is just moving the peacock feather, slightly tilting here and there. That's why Mauli Chandraka Bhushan is being termed. And today, we were discussing previously about Guru Maharaj's life history, and we have observed, or we have collected, or we try to collect as much as possible from his life. That's why only we are over here. Srila Guru Maharaj's entire life went as per his instruction of his spiritual master, as per the choice, as per the rule set up by his master. That's why he was not having any behavioral tendency or unnecessary willingness of trying to doing something. He doesn't have. Just like a housewife used to have her mind always looking after her family, relatives, and every time he had mentioned in Harikatha as well that a devotee's life is similar to that housewife only. That my wealth is Nityananda and my husband is Gaurachandra. So that means no looking into other demigods. When I am considering Gaurachandra as my husband, so the Lord is having various forms as well. So towards them also she should not be looking, as the loyal wife will be also only surrendered to the husband only. If as because it is during the crematorium only, that husband only who will be setting her into the fire. If that is not done, otherwise that husband will be just neglecting her. That's why Jivane Marane Gati Aranahi Mor Gati. Clearly in Prem Bhakti Chandrika, Thakur Mahasaya have mentioned it. Our Guru Maharaj used to say by laughter on his face, and then mixed up with tears on his eyes. Both laughter as well as tears mixed up. So Guru Maharaj used to move as per the instructions of Guru Maharaj. So first of all he did the Tyag, Vairagya, went to Vrindavan, Madhukuri, which were the basics of the renounced devotee, Vaishnava. Actually, by seeing this, Gaura Bhagavan used to give his mercy. But when he focused in Shastra Aradhana, Shastra Aradhana is completely different. Those who will be entering into the Shastras, they will be steady in their goal. They won't be moving here and there. Otherwise, one cannot focus in the Granthas. If he is having some backloggings that he need to study Bhagavatam, so Parampara Prapta, just like Mantra Parampara. So like that, Bhagavatam Parampara is also required. All the Bhakti Granthas Parampara is there. Just by picking up an Grantha and studying at home, one cannot get that energy. When he understood this, in this shloka or Sridhar Swami's Tika, by various tree segment ways or stage wise. That's why one should be studying this Grantha by reading this shloka. He approached his master and his master said that you go to Bhagavat Maharaj. And from where he studied this Bhagavatam. In order to become a Pathak, in Vaishnava Samaj, if somebody wants to become Pathak, so at that time lots of knowledge of Shastras is required. Lots of knowledge is required. Otherwise, one cannot put the Siddhanta precisely before the audience. So that's why Sarup Damodar used to test all the Siddhantas and then after they used to serve it before Mahaprabhu. Krishna Lila, Gaur Lila should be precisely to the person who loves Radharani. So that person will only be speaking about Radharani. A relationship should be there with Radharani and that eligible person will be speaking about Bhagavatam. So Guru Maharaj started learning it from Krishna Charandas Babaji Maharaj. So at that time he was not Mahanta, he was just a Vaishnav, so he learned it from him, Vaishnav Darshan, and then he gave the examination of Adya and Madhya as well, the yearly examination held in Kolkata from Bangia University of Bengal, and Param Guru Maharaj said, no, you can't go. You need not have to move from out of Sridham. Just to give the examination, you will receive a certificate. What will happen? What will happen if you give that examination? You will receive a certificate. You will enter some title in front of your name. This is it. You want to give this Tirtha, that Shastri, and I have given you the title Das. Do you want to, or are you able to completely able to accept this Krishna Dasanam? As with little luck, one cannot have Sri Krishna's dasaship. First of all, one need to get free from the entanglement of Maya and then one can become Krishna's dasa. Now you tell me, what title do you want to put? So that's why our Guru Maharaj do not used to mention anything rather than Das. So after writing or replying to the letters, he used to mention his name and write the letter as Das. He never mentioned that your father or Sriman this or that. Always. Still I have his handwritten letters and we wish that in the near future we will be printing out those letters that he had written so that we can have these recalling features. Those who have seen him, those who have received him, they have received him. But those who have not received him, those who have not got his darshan, for them it is required to print out those, to collect all those things. As those who have received, they should be now helping others to receive this. Otherwise it will be a selfish thing. As some flowers are still yet left to be surrendered to him. So then Guru Maharaj said, no, I need to go give the examination. And there was he went forcefully and there was a leakage of examination and the examination was postponed. And when the Param Guru Maharaj came to know, he said, stop, enough of studying. Now you need not have to move anywhere else. sometimes he wanted to move to Kolkata or Banaras for various studies of Sanskrit. He said, no, not at all, not required at all. Just stay over here, go through the Granthas, you will come to know automatically everything. In this way, with firm determination, Srila Guru Maharaj Ji studied. And towards Radhakunda, he had so much of attachment towards Radhakunda that he would ask everybody that you come over here in Radhakunda. As many people have constructed home over here or purchased land over here, it is because of him only that he suggested everybody, you come down over here, purchase some land, construct, stay over here, keep on coming, and after this stay over here, no need to go further to your country. And further he studied Vaishnav Darshan from Dina Sharan Babaji Maharaj. He studied Ujjal Nilamani Grantha. And Param Guru Maharaj said that just studying at home won't help. You have to speak in front of the audience. It will create an impact inside your mind that I have to think with this. A mental preparation used to come. That is called sadhana. That I have to memorize this, I have to speak on this topic precisely. Guru Maharaj used to say that our mind is similar to a elastic. The further you will stretch it, it will move further. But again, if you leave it, again it will come back to its original position. That's why always mind should be having various pressures. As one should be studying at home, but by staying along with Vaishnavas, by staying along with the devotees, one should be speaking. Then most of the time he used to say the Narada Upashad. The shloka.
Tasmin mahan mukharita madhubhi charitra Ijusha shesha sarita paritatra Taji pivam pavitrisho dripagarva karnai Tanyas prishan tasana trit Ayashu kabota Sabhai bose harikatha.
One must be listening Harikatha in the association of devotees. So after that, in Govinda Mandir, Govinda temple, he started the Harikatha with the request of Kunjarani auntie. After that, in Bhajan Kutir, he studied Bhagavad. At that time, Jannava temple was not here. And after that, Madrasi Baba or Dilli's Baba, Brajabhushan Das Baba, they constructed in Radha Raman Mandir, Sri Radha Madhav Mandir. Over there he used to give Harikatha, and in Mahaprabhu Mandir also he used to give Harikatha. And during Niyam Seva, after the Niyam Seva, he used to move to Vrindavan in Gokulananda temple. In this way, the Harikatha part, by catching each alphabet, he used to say. And Param Guru Maharaj used to sit in front of him. Sri Radharaman Das, Sri Jainitai Das Baba, Sri Gaur Gopal Das Baba, Sri Paramananda Das Baba, Gopal Das Baba. And the previous time, the Mahatmas, the sages, all were the renounced devotees, Vaishnavas, Namnishta, Dhamnishta, Dainyanishta, way down to earth, Vairagya, Harikatha Nishta, and Kirtan Nishta. These are the main wealth of Radhakunda. Let in any place there is a Kirtan or Harikatha, immediately 200, 400 people we can find. So much of gathering one cannot find in Govardhan or in Vrindavan or in Barsana as well. These Hari Katha, this attraction towards listening Hari Katha, still we find in Radhakunda. And over here, discussion of Grantha in Hari Katha is there. Beyond the Granthas, no discussion. Param Guru Maharaj, he himself used to sit in front of Guru Maharaj and used to listen. Each and every word that Guru Maharaj is using, Param Guru Maharaj used to listen very precisely. And after the Katha is over, after that he would say that on that line you said it like this, but I think that if you can say it like this, it would have been better. So once again you look the Tika properly. So in this way, Param Guru Maharaj, as per his guidance, slowly, steadily, the Radhakunda and in Vrajamandal, Guru Maharaj became the highest Pandit ever. When I was in Bangladesh, in Bengal, so at that time I had seen various Pandits at that time. But the moment I heard Hari Katha from him, I felt like something different, as if a milk. His Hari Katha is not having any predefined Katha. As per the Granthas of Goswamigans, completely as it is. And as he is a devotee, like that only, he was having the eagerness of making other general people into devotee, in order to bring them from ignorance to devotion. And every year he would move to Gauramandal in Bengal after the disappearance day of Param Guru Maharaj, and he used to do Hari Katha over there. Objective was to bring people into this consciousness. Once Prankrishna Goswami came over here as his friend, and whenever he used to be here, he would come over here, and by hearing the Hari Katha, he would say that the way you speak about Hari Katha, Bhagavad Tika and Tippanis, these explanation will give you the winning sign over your forehead. And Prabhupada's words actually came true. In Sridham Vrindavan every year, in Jaisingha Ghera, Purushottam Goswami Prabhu's place, when this Jhulan Tritiya, Jhulan Utsav to Janmashtami, Guru Maharaj used to do Hari Katha. Dr. Awadh Bihari Lal Kapoor, who had written Braj Ke Bhakta and Braj Ke Rasika Charja Granthas, he was his very best friend of Guru Maharaj. When first of all we had printed the Radharasa Sudhanidhi, so at that time Kapoor Sahab only, he made all this arrangement along with Jay Dalmia. So with his request only, in Vrindavan Gokulananda temple, and then Jai Singh Ghera, and every year, every half an year after, Purushottam Goswamiji's place, in Radharaman place. So they used to bring Maharajji for Hari Katha in Radharaman Mandir, Vrindavan. And later on, I also had served over there Hari Katha in Radharaman temple. So in this way in Vrindavan also in Harikatha,
এই ঝুলনের সময়
once happened
হঠাৎ গুরু মহারাজ
during the Jhulan Yatra, he had this fever.
পাঠে যেতে পারবেন না,
He was not able to go to Path.
বলে পাঠালেন
So he said
পাঠ করা সম্ভব নয়।
that it is not possible. I am having tremendous fever.
হঠাৎ জ্বর ছেড়ে গেছে,
And all of a sudden he just recovered and he said to the Sevak that you inform Goswami Pad that I am alright, let's move to Vrindavan. Sevak is asking, Baba, how your fever just recovered?
স্বপ্নে দেখছি
He said that I am dreaming
একটি কৃষ্ণবর্ণ
that one Krishna Varna and one Swet Varna is coming to me and saying that, Baba, what happened? Why you do not want to go for Harikatha? Then I said that I am having fever. Then they said, nothing will happen. You go over there. We want to listen your Harikatha. We are waiting for you. You just come.
ঘুম ভেঙে গেল,
And I just woke up.
মনে হচ্ছে
And after that I'm feeling that I'm alright.
তারা সেবা করেন,
So those who serve,
তারা এই প্রকারের সেবকের কৃপা লাভ
they
করেন।
used to receive
যারা
kripa like
সেবা
this.
করেন, হয়তো পূজারী
Those
কোনো
who are
কারণে
pujari,
ঘুমিয়ে পড়েছে,
due to some reason, maybe during he have sleepen, and he would feel that Mangalarati's time is passing. He would feel that somebody have given him a push.
অলসতায় উঠতে দেরি হচ্ছে,
Then
তখন
they would
অশরীরী
wake up.
মহাপুরুষগণ এসে ডাক দেন, ওঠো।
So in this way the Mahapurush used to come and wake up the
ডেকে তুলে
devotee.
দেন, ধাক্কা দিয়ে
They would just raise up the devotee. Hey, get up. So in this way,
তো এর মধ্যে 1975 খ্রিস্টাব্দ
in 1975 AD,
গুরু মহারাজ আদেশ করেন, খালি
Param Guru Maharaj said that, oh, not just preaching,
ভাগবতের ব্যাখ্যা করলে
not
হবে না,
just Bhagavad.
গোস্বামী গ্রন্থের টিকা
Now
টিপ্পনী
you need
সহ
to speak about Goswami Granthas Tika Tippani,
সম্পাদন করে প্রকাশ
and you have to print out the Granthas and make it
এই বড়
publicized.
মহারাজের নির্দেশে
These were the instruction of Param Guru Maharaj, and he wrote down Brihad Bhagavatamrita,
তা ছাপাতে দেওয়া হয়,
and that was given for printing,
proof to proof
and first proof was done,
ফরমা ছাপানো হচ্ছে।
and Performa was printing. At that time Param Guru Maharaj
উনি বৃন্দাবনে
was
আসেন, গুরু মহারাজ
unhealthy, and he was there in Vrindavan, Guru Maharaj, and when the information went to him,
বলেন, তুমি কি চিকিৎসক?
he came over here and Param Guru Maharaj said, are you a doctor? I am sick over here, for that doctors are here, medicines are here, you are not a doctor. You go back over there and concentrate in writing.
ধীরে ধীরে পরম
Do Vaishnav Seva like that. And in these ways the days passed, Param Guru Maharaj
76
health went into bad to worse, and in 1976 1st December Param Guru Maharaj just disappeared on Mokhada Ekadashi,
তখন গুরু মহারাজ বৃন্দাবনে
and at that time he was still in Vrindavan. He didn't knew, and when he got the information and he came back, and he found that there is a parikrama of his was done, and in Kundeshwar Mahadev the parikrama went, and all of a sudden he just could recognize the body, that it is his Guru Maharaj's body, and somebody just told him that this is his Guru Maharaj, and he just almost fell on the road, almost, that he was having that pain, that by staying over here in Vrindavan at his last days I am unable to stay with him, I am unable to follow his instruction. And after that the Kadha Utsav was done, and Guru Maharaj also fell sick. Almost 1 month he was very sick, in Ramakrishna Mission he was admitted. Then once again that fever was there. Actually that was the separation of Gurudeva. And after that slowly he just recovered and started writing the Granthas. So first of all the Brihad Bhagavatamrita he just came out. So over there he is writing that my Guru Maharaj who had encouraged me so much, so till date my heart goes for him. And this Pandulupi he had given to his Guru Maharaj, and by continuously even telling him this also, as if my Guru Maharaj was always unsatisfied and he would say, tell me once more, tell me once more. And this Anuvad that I am giving it over here in this book, that Vidhata have done such a wrong deed with me that I am unable to complete this fully and surrender it to on your hand. So after the Guru Maharaj's disappearance, Param Guru Maharaj, and he just mentioned in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, on that Brihad Bhagavatamrita, he had given the tremendous poetry that why did you left me like this, the separation, the viraha that you gave me, now I don't feel like living anymore. But just because your instruction, I am just holding this body. So this instruction of Param Guru Maharaj, this prachar and this following of the instructions of his Mahat. Mahat means all, not just Guru Maharaj. Whosoever have came to him for Nam Mantra, he had given to everybody. Those who have asked for Vesha, Vaishnava Vesha also, he had given. So many had come to him to learn the bhajan sadhana. Let he or she have taken any other's disciple, let it be. He had given the shelter. Those who want to learn Bhagavatam from him, even in his old age also, he had taught him. We had many God brothers like that. In this way, he had done seva, antaranga, vahiranga, all types of. So first grantha was Brihad Bhagavatamrita, second was Rasakarshan, third was Radharasa Sudhanidhi, fourth was Vilap Kushumanjali, fifth was Stavavali, and then Nityananda Mahima, Shadda Shadan Tattva, Shadan Bhakti, Utkalika, Gita Pancha, Madhurja Tattva, Rupa Goswami Pad, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Sar, Sangraha. In these way, Ashtakaliya Leela Smaran Paddhati, Krishna Karanamrita, then Radha Kundas Mahima. In this way, 30 books, 30 granthas he had written. With Srimans Mahaprabhu's Kripa, next day once again we will be over here to discuss further on this topic. For today we are giving a rest to this Bhagavati Katha. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.